Hi everyone, I'm Sakshi Shrivastava, the marketing manager for WRTH. With the WRTH e-book now updated for summer, we're sitting down for a quick chat with our product manager, Olumide Savage, to talk about what's new, why it matters, and how the ebook continues to support your listening journey around the globe. So, Olumide, what's new this summer in the ebook update?
Thank you very much, Sakshi, for having me here. To answer your question, the summer schedule follows what we did in early January for the winter schedule. We'll be updating the international radio and the frequency list for the summer schedule edition. So instead of having 9 files in total, we'll be having like 11 or 12 files plus the release and compatibility node. Uh, for the summer schedule. So we both have the summer schedule updated for international radio, making sure that you have the up-to-date frequency and data with regards to the summer schedule, while still keeping the winter schedule for those that still want to reference back the old data. So you have like a complete file set our users can work with. Yeah.
Wonderful. And why is the ebook especially helpful for summer listening?
Okay, then. So I would share my screen just to show you what we have done for the ebook and for the summer schedule. So let me share my screen just to do a bit of walkthrough. Just a minute. Okay, so I believe you should be able to see my screen here.
It's loading up. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So this is what I was referring to. So when you purchase the ebook, you receive a zip file that you can download from our app, the radiodatacenter.net web link. And in that file, you have what we call all these files. So you have, like I mentioned, international radio for 2025 and also this frequency list for 2025. Our recommended ebook software is Amazon Kindle if you're using Windows, and then Books if you're using Mac. So take Books, Amazon Kindle for example. So let me open the summer radio for international radio. So if I open the international radio for summer, and pick, for example, a country, let's for example, Russia, you will see that for the summer schedule for Russia using Amazon KD, you can see that the table is clearly labeled summer schedule 2025 under the international radio. So you see the days it operates, the time it operates, the area it operates, and also the frequency it operates. Because when we switch from the winter schedule to summer schedule, uh, this information do change. So to be updated to make sure you have the right information to reduce your error, it's always good to also have the international radio update for the summer schedule. And this also applies as well to the frequency list. So let me open the frequency list again for an example. So for the frequency list, this is also updated across the different regions that we have. And then using this as an example, the shortwave region, you see that we have the title which says Software Stations of the World, including Summer 2025 to 2025. So we've done it in a way that it is organized, it's easy to use, it's easy to find. And I believe the next questions actually we'll talk about, would ask me will also be how you can leverage the ebook digital function for ease of use as a DXer or ham radio or a radio enthusiast.
Yes, I was going to ask you how it compares to all the other forms, for example, the web app, when it comes to flexibility and portability, especially.
Yes, and that's a fantastic follow-up question, Sak. So the first thing I'll start with is for the ebook, you have flexibility, you have options. So pick, for example, you can choose the font size, which is very important to our readers. So if you don't want to be using straining your eyes too much, you can increase the font to as big as you want. So you can see that I can increase it. So you don't have a fixed font style. We made sure that the ebook is reflowable. That's why you can see we broke it down into different sections because of how heavy to produce this kind of data is. So you can see how big you can magnify your font size. You can even change it, the font type to the one that you prefer, whether it is serif font, non-serif font. You can do that as well. And also other things you can configure, like the color if you want as well, the brightness, you can also configure that as well. So you can see, you can change it that to feature your reading style for better accessibility. So those are one of the key features I wanted to also point out first for the ebook. The second option would be that for the ebook, let me use the summer schedule for an example, or let me still use the frequency list as an example. Our searching has been done in a way that's easy to index. You don't need to stress yourself to do any search function. So if you want to search on the ebook, you can pick, for example, let's pick the frequency list, for example, and type the word Spain. and it searches for where Spain will be in this what's it called ebook. But in this case, there's no Spain here. But let me type, for example, ng. Let's do that again. So you can see if I type the word nig, it was able to bring out the different words that are related to nig. So in this case, this could be, for example, Casina State, and it will flag it. And to find where nig is within this site. But let me use something much better, which is the international radio, for example, where we have the full country name. So in this case, for frequency list, we don't have the full country name. Let's say I search for Spain, for example, which I did earlier on. You can see it can quickly flag Spain, and it will show you where Spain is in the table of content, and as well Spain where it is in the ebook file section is. And if you want to even, for example, go into keywords, so you can even go directly and search for a keyword. So let's pick this keyword which is called Avenida, right? So let me AVANIDA. So let me leave that page and go to Oman, for example, and then search for the word AVENIDA. So you can see it quickly finds where Avenida is. So you can directly search for a keyword using the ebook. So if you know a station name and you want to do a quick search, the ebook is going to be very useful for you. You're looking for a particular word, the ebook is going to be very useful for you in doing your search easily.
I think that's brilliant and very accessible. I have
Mhm.
another question for you. How do we ensure the data in the ebook stays reliable and accurate?
Great, because making sure you have quality data is very important. If not, we'll just be working with data that have a lot of errors, right? So the good thing is the WRTH is divided into two sections. We have the internal team and also our contributor, the external team as well. And both teams work hand in hand collaboratively to make sure we have quality data. So we have different contributors across the globe in different countries, in different continents, making sure we gather the data right from the field work so that we fed into our data system. Same with the internal team, making sure we also organize ourselves, organize our database, our system to make sure we have quality data that our users can use. And we also have what we call a quality assurance system in place to make sure to determine when a data is being flagged as outdated and so on and so forth. So we have such processes in hand to make sure we produce this fantastic product, whether it's a printed book, the web app, or the ebook, to make sure all our products are having quality and reliable data. So that is how we make sure that our data is up to date. And a big thank you to our external contributors and also to the internal team for all of us working together to produce such a global broadcasting guide.
I think that sounds fantastic. So, as a user, let's say I buy the ebook today, what would the journey look like? What's the next step for me to use the ebook?
So once you buy the book, you can purchase it directly from our web shop. Let me start with the purchase process. So you go to our DC shop, you can purchase the ebook for 29.90 euro, which you can find here, and you can see so much it is provided inside. And then after the purchase as well, you can then go to what we call our RDC publishing web link, which is this web link, and then you will see this summer schedule here. And on the summer schedule, once you are logged in by clicking the login, you'll see a download button. Now, once you click the download button, you'll be given a file that is zip file that you download, and that zip file it comes with a unique tracking number. So do not be afraid when you see the file having some funny characters. It's a unique tracking link that's unique to every individual. So the file link would have a unique tracking number, and even within the file itself, we have unique tracking number as well to track every data. So this is how the file will look like. A zip file, like I mentioned, with unique characters at the top here, and then you see your files in there. And then please read the release and compatibility notice in PDF so that it can walk you through on different ways of installing the ebook on your device. Yeah,
That's very helpful. And if I still end up facing issues, whom do I contact and how do I do that?
fine, fantastic. And because it's very important that we have a means where you can contact us. So you can contact us via visiting our WRT.info website. You can see we have a contact us page as well. And on the contact us page, you would see that we have an email where you can contact us from, or you can fill this form. Anyone you want to do, you can do. That is convenient for you. So for our email, it is sales@radiodatacenter.com, which is also at this bottom here, sales@radiodatacenter.com. Or if you want to give us a call, feel free to give us a call via this number. But we prefer you send us an email, and our customer support person will read it and get back to you within 48 hours. So we'll make sure we try and unblock you if you run into any issue you face. And this is our website in case you want to find any issue that might be useful for you. Like if you want to read about the ebook, if you want to read about the web app as well, and we have some content that you can read as well. And you also have we also have like a link that can tell you how to use the web app. So these are some other content we've provided our customers so that it's also easy for them to also find some solutions by themselves and some frequently asked questions under our FAQs as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's really helpful. Thank you so much for walking us through the journey of buying and using the ebook. And for the audience, the ebook is live on our web shop, as Olumide has shared. Feel free to contact us if you face any issues. And we hope you enjoy this summer version of our updated ebook. Thank you so much, Olumide.
Thank you so much, Sakshi, and thank you all to our customers as well for being a valued customer.